Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, where we have found ourselves in the face of yet another Monday, and with that comes another episode of Wayne Sharp Week, highlighting the knives that are going to be in my pocket for the next 5 or 6 days. Now, I don't know about you guys, I don't know where everyone is in the country, but let me tell you, here in Michigan, it is steamy, it's muggy, it's 90 plus degrees, and I absolutely hate it. I'm ready for fall, guys. I am so ready for fall. It's just about here, and that's basically all I'm thinking about to help get me through these dog days of summer, because I really do hate them. I don't exactly love the sun. I like clouds. I'm waiting for them in my fall colors, but enough weather talk. Let's get into my carry. We'll start with the little guys. That this week is going to be the Gerber Dime. Been carrying my Leatherman for a little while, and I think it's just time to change it up. Pretty nice little mini multi-tool for the, what was it? Gosh, I don't even remember now. I think it was like 19, 20 bucks. I can't remember. You have to look it up. The prices really vary too, depending where you get them, because they're on sale some places and whatnot. But, it's a nice little multi-tool that, it's not going to break the bank if you break it. You're not going to regret it. Nice little bottle opener. Kind of pokes you in the side sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's a pretty good little mini multi-tool. If you don't want to drop the extra money on for something like a Leatherman Squirt, I would highly recommend a Gerber Dime. Pretty nice little tool. And of course, I've got the Lynch Pry Bar. Pretty much decided this is never coming out of my pocket. Great for prying, great for bottle opening, great for, opening a beer in other ways via the bottom to drink it very quickly, if you know what I mean. But regardless, very, very nice little multi-tool made in America out in the Pacific Northwest. Got that nice Lynch deep carry clip on it. Just a really cool little piece. Gonna be in the pocket forever. And next up, getting into the blades, we're gonna start off with the QSP Gannet. This guy has not had much pocket time lately. It came out earlier in the year. I fell in love with it. Just an excellent full flat grind, beautiful blade shape, nice thin edge, 154 cm steel. Gonna make it very easy to sharpen, decent corrosion resistance, and just a really, really nice blade. Excellent EDC blade. Nice deep carry clip. No huge issue with it. I just, one last time, I guess I'll say this. I don't think I'll ever figure out how they came to red carbon fiber and this type of like cobra snakeskin micarta or whatever it is. It's not the most attractive handle in the world, but the knife as a whole is extremely solid. Feels good in hand. Action is absolutely phenomenal. Love the way they did that flipper tab with just about perfect jimping. Actually, we'll call it perfect jimping, because I don't think I've ever failed a front flip on this guy. Very, very nice knife coming in at, I believe, $90. I think it was $90 if I remember right, or $82. I think it was $82. Somewhere in the $80 to $90 range. Very, very nice little knife. Gonna really enjoy putting this guy back in the pocket this week, the QSP Gannet. Now, next up, this one hasn't been in the pocket for a long time, or at least not this version. This is the Kizer Sheepdog. And I tell you what, guys, this is just a fun knife. It's one to where it has a very powerful blade. Let's see here, got a little spot. A powerful, thin blade with a thin edge, and it's just fun to carry. And one thing that really surprises me with this, by the way, is a Blade HQ exclusive, I believe, the full micarta scales with kind of the satin clip and stonewash blade. They had different micarta colors. I believe this is coming in at like $90, $92, might even been right at $100. But overall, a really solid offering and a really cool exclusive with Blade HQ. But what really surprises me about this guy, and I literally forget it every time until I put it in the pocket, because, this is not a slim knife. Nothing slender. It's kind of thin in terms of, width here. But in terms of width this way, it is pretty wide. And it always surprises me how well it carries in the pocket, at least for me. I've got kind of, wider thighs, so I don't have, it's not like the knife is, a quarter the thickness of my leg. I put it in my pocket, and, there's really not much of it that shows. I mean, we're talking like this much, but it doesn't leave that awkward bulge where the knife is. Like, you don't notice it that much. Even in a lighter material like golf shorts or something, it hides really well. And it just doesn't make any sense really, but it just works. So I always like that about this knife. And it is a fun one to carry and a pretty useful blade. Not quite the most versatile tip that you have with like just a standard drop point or whatnot, but what you have is so much cutting power with this guy and a pretty darn thin edge. I did a comparison a while back between the mini, the regular, and the large sheepdog. And I want to say this was coming in at like 16 or 17 thousandths behind the edge. So just a killer edge on this guy with CTS BD1N. Yeah, BD1N steel. So pretty good steel. I mean, it's not like a super premium steel, but it's great for this knife. It's pretty easy to sharpen. You get some corrosion resistance. You get decent edge retention. Pretty nice. I mean, it's hard to really complain for the 90 whatever bucks it was. So really solid little knife, and action is good on this. Oh, it closes easy, but the deployment, it just flies out. And there's something really fun about watching a blade that wide just fly right out. Very, very nice little knife, the Kizer Sheepdog. Next up is another one that came out this year that I fell in love with. That's the Kizer Delorme. And it is so unique, so fun, so fidgety. It's crazy smooth action. Really is just kind of drop shutty. Yeah, so good. Hugely underrated. I've seen more people talking about it and picking them up, so I think it's kind of picking up. But then we came out with one that is pretty similar in terms of like the handle and the deployment method. It's a Justin Lundquist design too. Can't remember the name of it. It just came out, and it's really sweet. But I tell you that now that I have this for 120 bucks, it just doesn't make sense to look at that one, because it's almost twice the price, if not twice the price, depending on the handle material and whatnot. And you have CPM 20 CV steel, so you have incredible steel, a really, really nice, sharp, little slicey blade, good tip to work with, and it's just a nice little carry. It's very Justin Lundquist-ish, if you know what I mean. If you guys know his style, this is very much in line with him, and in my opinion, one of his better designs. He has a lot of great designs, not that the other ones are lacking, but this one is just, it just really, really hit a home run with me. Really big fan of this knife, the Kizer Delorme. All right, we got two left. This guy is coming back in the pocket. This is the premium GiantMouse Biblio. I don't know if this is the Ace series. Yeah, it is the Ace series still. GiantMouse Ace Biblio, and this is the bronze Biblio. The handle material here is not titanium. I was wrong when I was doing the review. I thought it was titanium, but when someone corrected me on it, it kind of makes sense, because this is a bit of a heavier handle. This is called bronzo, which is, I don't know exactly what type of metals are in there, but it's basically, if you didn't pick up the weight, you would kind of think it's just bronze titanium, but it is actually bronze in general. Nice solid lockup on this guy. Incredible micarta insert. Love this, or inlay. Love this inlay. Super, super smooth all around the transition line. No flaws anywhere, and just looks phenomenal. And this blade is the satin finish, so you don't have the stonewash finish that you get with a lot of the other Biblios. Just really, really good. You do kind of have to get used to the ergos on this guy, because since they are, it's the bronze and obviously not the contoured micarta that you have on the more common line. You feel the corners a little more, but I don't think they're hot spots. They're not really like digging into my fingers. This is definitely going to be a knife to where if you have thicker hands, or if you have kind of, pudgier fingers than mine, you may very well not love this knife, because if you don't have the right fingers for it, I could see this area down here being an issue for a lot of people. But it's not for me, so I do like it a lot. I like the deep carry clip, no hot spot, carries well in the pocket. Always love this jimping that Vox puts up here, right? Kind of midway up the blade. Perfect place to put your thumb. And overall, just a really solid offering from GiantMouse. I mean, of course, the Biblio, in my opinion, is becoming one of like the best all-time EDC knives ever. I would definitely, absolutely 100% put it in my top 15, maybe my top 10. I'd have to really sit down and think about that though. But this is just a really good version of it. Nice premium look and feel, and just with that inlay, the inlay really sets it apart, and it's a little flatter. Just a big fan of this. Really like this a lot. I'm glad. I was a little nervous when I got this over my my Kizer Biblio, but I'm glad I made the switch. The action is significantly better on this one. It really is. Middle finger flicks really, really nicely, and it's just a very solid piece. Big fan of this GiantMouse Ace Biblio. Next up, I'm carrying one of the GOATs. This is the Quiet Carry Waypoint, and this knife would absolutely be this would easily make the top 10 of favorite EDC knives of all time. I love this knife. This is probably, of all the knives I have, this has probably gotten the most pocket time over the past year and a half, going on 2 years, but year and a half at least since I've had it. And I just love it. I've heard some people argue saying you can put some rust on it. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been through a lot of rounds of bad golf, a lot of sweaty situations, and there is no rust on this guy whatsoever. The edge retention is fantastic with that Van X steel. I love this knife. Absolutely love the Quiet Carry Waypoint. And for a pricier option, this is a $295 knife. I don't regret it one bit. If I had to get rid of all my knives and just keep one, this would be a very strong contender for the one. It really would be. I like it that much. Love the corrosion resistant properties along with the edge retention. Really, really hard combination to beat. And in my opinion, it looks pretty darn awesome. Love the blade to handle ratio. Love the tip up there. Love the slicey hollow grind it has on it. Just a super solid knife from top to bottom in every way imaginable. That's the Quiet Carry Waypoint with action that is just phenomenal on washers. On washers, it is just absolutely... I honestly don't think action can get better. I mean, I'm sure I have had a couple other knives that are probably this good on washers, but none that are better. And every once in a while I deploy this blade and I think, yeah, it doesn't get any better. This is the best. It's just really that good. If you guys have been on the fence about the Waypoint, I would recommend pulling the trigger if it's a price point you can swallow, because it really is a phenomenal piece. So there we go. There's my carry for the week. Guys, we're at that time. You know I want to know, so let me know. What do you have in your pockets this week? What's going on? Who else is ready for fall? Because it just can't get here fast enough right now. I almost broke a sweat making this video. I know it's terrible. But there you guys go. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you guys crushed the week. And until the next one, I'm out.